Hey guys, I'm doing my Unit 8 video response, and we are doing a topic entitled Encouraging the Student Athlete During Treatment. And here's the prompt. It says, consider that you have a student athlete who is managing an eating disorder with proper medical, nutritional, and psychological support. This student athlete's been cleared by her physician to continue athletic participation while receiving treatment. What steps will you take to provide as a teacher for this student athlete, and how do your values, faith, and beliefs assist you in that regard? So I wanted to read a little quote that I found off of this website called www.bced.gov.bc.ca, and I think it's actually a British Columbian secondary, basically a research paper, but it's in a PDF form, and it has a really good quote, and I want to just read it to you. Here's the quote. It says, "Eating disorders are complicated and serious. Only a fully trained therapist should attempt to counsel someone suffering from these disorders." Here's the important part to me. Teachers play an important role in the healing process. Teachers are in a position to spot the warning signs of eating disorders. And as caring and informed adults who see these students almost every day, we can play an important role in a preventative fashion by leading some classroom discussions about nutrition, body image, and self-esteem. So obviously those would be things that we would do throughout the year, not like the day the student comes back. But I just thought that was kind of like a good overview of the role of a teacher. You know, we're not therapists, we're not psychologists, we're not counselors, but we sure do dance on pretty close to that line a lot of the time. And when you have a kid that's coming back from something as serious as an eating disorder, there's probably a lot of other baggage involved there too. I mean, even though things that you try to keep confidential in an ideal world, you'd like them to stay that way, the reality is at the junior high and high school level, probably that student's peers know, and the parents' friends and the friends of their parents, and on and on and on. Probably everybody knows about the student, even though it was initially intended to be confidential. So that adds stress. You know, what are we trying to do? We're trying to help the student heal. So we're looking for symptoms of regression. You know, if it's anorexia or bulimia, is that student, do they look fatigued? Do they look like they are nauseous? Do they look like they have been depriving themselves of nutrition? You know, we just got to keep a finger on the thermostat of that student's emotional and physical well-being. And a lot of that just has to do with checking in with the kid without obviously putting them in a spotlight. You know, just being subtle, being tactful, and kind of checking in with them. And you know, for example, maybe the first day they come back, you know, everybody takes off to go on their pattern run, and you kind of just get over and have a little one-on-one time to talk to that student. Just ask me, how are you doing today? And you know, the students on a doctor's note, that's another topic all in and of itself. You know, some of these doctor's notes that we get now, they don't say anything except for the student can't do PE. You know, we really try to encourage our students to bring us doctor's notes that are really specific. You know, if you want the student to not participate, then say that. But if they can do something on a limited basis, then say that. You know, there may be a student that has like a upper body injury, but wants to walk laps to keep their points. But if there's a doctor's note that says they can't do PE, then we can't let that kid do PE because of liability issues. So the more specific the note, the better. And in the case of a student with an eating, you know, coming back and trying to heal from an eating disorder issue, you know, I would just take it by case basis. You know, it really would depend on the kid. Does it stress them out to go run a lap the first few days they're back? Well, then they probably shouldn't do that. Maybe they could walk. Maybe they want to do something kind of independently or just with a peer. Maybe they could help with equipment organization, or maybe they can just walk laps. Or, you know, we have all kinds of different alternative assignments for kids depending on what their medical is. But, you know, playing the devil's advocate, what if those modifications stress that student out? Well, then you need to really, you need to find out what that kid's, what's best for that individual kid for that individual situation. They may not want to be out of PE. That may stress them out. So I guess my point is it just comes down to paying attention, understanding that our role there is to, not be a psychologist or a therapist, but to just facilitate that student's progress. And that requires paying attention to their symptoms and checking in with them on a frequent basis. So anyways, I hope that answered the question. Take care. God bless.